students. Now let us come to the part 4 video of economic subject of class 11. This is chapter number 1, economics and introduction. Okay, now here we are going to start with pie diagram. A pie chart is a circular statistical graph which is divided into sectors to illustrate the numerical proportion of data. The numerical data is proportionately converted into degrees in a circle and sectors are formed considering those degrees. For example, the share of different sectors in India's national income can be shown in a pie chart. Now, what is pie diagram? It is a circular statistical graph. Circular itself, it is saying that it is in circle form and which is showing a statistical graph. Now, this graph is divided into sectors. So, you can see one sector, second sector and third sector. Likewise, this is divided into different sectors to illustrate the numerical proportion of the data. So, what it is defining? It is defining the numerical proportion. Okay, you can see the numericals over here of different sectors. For agriculture it is like 13.9, industry 26.2. so this is the numerical proportion which is represented in this circular statistical graph. Understood? Now, the numerical data is proportionally converted into degrees in a circle and sectors are formed considering those degrees. Now, for this the data that has been shown. Now it has to be first of all converted into degrees because the circle can be divided in different degrees only. That is why we have to convert the data first into degrees and then we have to divide the sectors accordingly. For example, the example has been given to you, the share of different sectors in India's national income. So the different share, the different areas whereby it is contributing in India's national income is shown in a pie chart. So for example, agriculture sector, it is showing, now see, this is given in percentage, that is 13.9 percentage. So then you have to convert it into degrees. Therefore, after converting into degrees, you have to make the degree appropriately with the help of a protractor and then color or shade the sector. Clear? Then industry, that is 26.2%. Now it is percentage given to you. So then after, you have to again convert it into degrees and like this. You can see the sector like this. Yes. So this you have to, this angle. So for this you have to find out the degree. Then service is 59.9. So again you can see service sector. So from this pie chart what you are understanding that major of the contribution, India's national income contribution is coming from the service sector, then less than agriculture and more than less than service but more than agriculture sector, the industry sector is contributing. Clear? And the least is agricultural sector which is contributing for the India's national income. So thus numerical information can be explained in a simple manner with the help of graph. Clear with this? Now you can see the source also given, that is Economic Survey of India 2014-15 report. So the first thing what you learned is this, that first of all you have to convert into degrees, then afterwards you have to see over here the chart, like for agriculture what shade has been given, for industry which shade has been given, service sector which shade has been given. So like this you have to name it and accordingly mark it. Clear? And then you have to write the source. So this is the example of pie diagram. Now let us study the importance of economics. Importance of economics. In a modern world, almost all goods of human needs have become economic goods owing to increasing the use and scarcity, and thus all economic activities use and scarcity, and thus all activities of human beings are increasingly becoming economic activities. Hence the relevance of economics as a philosophy as well as the science is increasing in human life. Economics is important to understand behavior of human beings. So what it is important? It is important to understand the behavior of each and every human beings, the behavior of society and the state, while managing everyday activities and scientific theories and principles guiding professional decision making. Now, understanding everyday behavior, it is useful in understanding everyday behavior of human beings, society and state while managing the routine task, as I said earlier. Now, economics helps in understanding everyday behavior in the following ways. So, let us understand the following ways of behavior. Now, the understanding international events. So, first one is like in understanding the international events. Some international events affect lives of people in several countries like USA, Russia, China, etc. People try to understand the impact of rise in price of crude oil in international market on their own cost of living. People also try to understand why some countries are more developed and others are less developed. Thus, in modern times, with increasing information available to public owing to continuously improving technology, the scope of economics in everyday life is expanding. So what it is saying that if any event take place in any of the countries, some of the other countries may affect the change. Say for an example, if the oil prices, that is the crude oil prices increases, crude oil mostly it is coming from Dubai. Okay, so from the Gulf countries this crude oil is coming. So if the prices of such crude oil is increasing in the international market, then each and every country would affect their own cost of living. So it is also affecting each and every country. So this is something related to the international event which would affect each and every country. So people also try to understand why some countries are more developed. So the reasons behind some of the countries being more developed and some of the countries being underdeveloped and which are below average, or you can say in the poverty line. So such countries can also understand what are the reasons behind such development process. Thus, in modern times, with increasing information available to public owing to continuously improving technology, the scope of economics in everyday life is expanding. So that is why this economics is more of importance in the country and overall the area. Second one is understanding historical events. Now, knowledge of economics helps to understand historical events better. Economics helps to understand better the reasons behind wars, the entry of East India Company in India for trade, and the resultant British Raj. India's revolt against goods made in England during British rule, labor movements, etc. So second one is to understand the historical events that took place before. Okay, so the reason behind such wars that took place in the past, the entry of the East India Company for trade and the resultant this British Raj, then we had India's revolt against goods made in the England during the British rule and the labor movements. So all these moments, all these wars, everything that took place in the history, we can understand it with the help of economics. So that is why economics plays an important role, which is coming under the heading of importance of economics. Then the next one is economic importance. Now what are the economic importance? The first one is decision making by individuals. People from all walks of life like households, lawyers, actors, singers and others try to get maximum gains from the efforts which they make. They try to manage their time and resources in an optimum manner to increase their gains. In a way, they all indulge in economic decision making knowingly or unknowingly. So what they are doing, economic importance, the first one is decision making. So what type of decision that has been made by each and every individual, that is taken into consideration in the economic importance. So in society there are different lifestyles adopted by different people. Some are households, some are lawyers, some are actors by profession. By profession they are singers, and also others try to get maximum gains from the efforts which they make. So they try to manage their time, resources, and others try to get maximum gains from the efforts which they make. So they try to manage their time, resources, and others try to get maximum gains from the efforts which they make. So they try to manage their time, resources, and others try to get maximum gains from the efforts which they make. So they try to manage their time, resources, and others try to get maximum gains from the efforts which they make. So they try to manage their time, resources, and others try to get maximum gains from the efforts which they make. So they try to manage their time, resources, and others try to get maximum gains from the efforts which they make. So they try to manage their time, resources, and others try to get maximum gains from the efforts which they make. So they try to manage their time, resources, and others try to get maximum gains from the efforts which they make. So they try to manage their time, resources, and others try to get maximum gains from the efforts which they make. So they try to manage their time, resources, and the resources in the optimum manner. They increases their efficiency in order to increase their gains. In a way, they all indulge in the economic decision. So what they are doing, by increasing their gains, they are also contributing in the economics also. So indirectly or directly, they are indulged in the economic decision, making it knowingly or unknowingly. As I said, indirectly or directly. So this is one and the same. Second one, we have having understanding government policies. To understand various policies of a state like tax policy, wage policy and so on, knowledge of economics is useful. People take decision according to the bank rates declared by the Reserve Bank of India, that is repo rates and reserve repo rates, guide decision making regarding saving and investment. So the next one is understanding the government policy. What are the policies taken by the government? That such policies are understandable by these people. So first of all, to understand the various policies of a particular state, say for an example, tax policy. So how much tax you have to pay? The wage policy, how much wages, or you can say the pay scale should be. So such policies is being understood by the people of the economy, and so the knowledge of economics is therefore useful to each and every people. Now people also decide according to the bank rate. So if the Reserve Bank, that is the RBI, increases or decreases the repo rate or the reverse repo rate, so the investment or the saving decision differs. Okay, so if it is increasing, the people try to either they would increase or decrease, whatever it is, they try to make the decision on the basis of this repo and the reserve repo rates, which are fixed by these RBI. So this was the other useful, that is understanding the government policies. Now come to the next page. The next is professional decision making. Economics is useful in knowing scientific principles and theories which guide professional decision making. Revenue and cost, as well as demand and supply, are concepts which are used in all types of economic activities. So what it is saying, that economics is useful in knowing the scientific principles and some of the theories which are a guide to the professional decision making. So some of the scientific principles and the theories which are made by the most known economists are used in uh, which is helpful in making this some kind of professional decision making. Okay, now revenue and cost, as well as the demand and supply, these are some of the important concepts which are used in all types of economic activities. So if the revenue increases or if the cost is appropriate, so there is, or you can say demand and supply. So if there is an increase or decrease in any of the demand, or you can say supply, or any of the concept, then it is also which is majorly affecting in all other kinds of economic activities. So these are one of the important concepts, that is revenue, cost, demand and supply, which is used in day to day life. That is why. Now certain theories of economics help business in day to day decisions pertaining to price determination, wage determination, employment of various factors of production and so on. So certain theories are there that is existing in this economics which helps the business in their day-to-day life for making the decision which are pertaining to the price determination. So if you want to determine a price of a product or any commodity, so such theories could be helpful, okay, in making the decision of this price. Other than that, there is wage determination. So how much wages should be given to a person or the employee, that is also based on certain theories which is already explained by the famous economists. Then there is other employment of various factors of production. Various factors of production is land, labor, like this. So the theories helps in making the decision pertaining to these factors. Economics provides knowledge regarding the impact of certain decisions. For example, it provides insights into questions like what happens if price is reduced in a market with high degree of competition. So what it is saying that, for example, it is given, suppose what happens if the price of a product is reduced in a market and is also there is high degree of competition prevailing in the economy. So what happens? So some of the questions are arising like this. So for this the answers have to be made according to the theories that has been made by the various economists. Therefore economics is a science which provides insights for day-to-day decision making. All human beings plays the role as consumer, producer, labor from time to time in life. So what it is saying that economics is said to be a science which provides the insights for day to day decision. Okay, economics is something which is used in our each and every individual's life on the daily basis. That is why it is useful in some of the decision making. Now you are knowing each and every human being plays the role of a consumer as well as a producer as well as the labor from time to time in their life. Therefore economics helps them to take rational decisions for maximizing their gains or by minimizing the cost. So like this economics is useful in each and everyone's life, each individual's life. On the daily purpose this economics is helpful. Clear with this? So students, thank you. Hereby we complete our first chapter, that is economics and introduction. I hope this session was clear to you. Now you are requested to read the chapter once again thoroughly and clear your concepts. And if you are having any doubts, you can ask me in our WhatsApp group. So stay tuned with me with the next sessions. Thank you.